London Control clears easy 6131 to Venice via Lima 9. To controlled airspace on track Wotan.
Aircraft take off from Bristol International Airport according to a strict time allocated by air traffic control. But today, the RAF's display team, the Red Arrows, are performing at Weston-super-Mare, and the main runway, known as 27, is going to close for half an hour. It means that aircraft that haven't left before the Red Arrows arrive will be delayed and could be held up for several hours.
They're due into the area within the next 3 or 4 minutes. On the radar video map that you can see here, we've drawn a temporary map here with the red circle, which is a 6-mile radius of western seafront, and that will be active up to 8,200 feet. And because the Red Arrows are flying within that airspace, which has legal status, we shall be keeping all other aircraft away from them. So as the Red Arrows run in, we're going to be making sure that everything else stays well clear of it.
And for the XL Airways flight to Larnaca in Cyprus, that's going to mean a problem. It's one of the longest flights made by any aircraft from Bristol, and with a full load of passengers and fuel, means they'll need every inch of runway 27 to take off. The alternative of the shorter runway 09 is not an option. A delay on the incoming flight means that getting into the air before the restriction on airspace comes into force is touch and go. And there's no leeway on offer.
If you ain't airborne by 10-2, you ain't going nowhere for half an hour.
You won't be happy.
You won't be happy.
That's not an ultimatum the XL captain wants to accept. He needs runway 27, but knows there's no hurrying the turnaround. With just minutes left, there's still a full load of fuel to take on board. The Boeing 737-800 is going to need every drop on the way to Cyprus. And there's no hurrying the luggage either. It's going to take up even more time to fill the aircraft holds. Up in the control tower, they're keeping a close eye on things, and Bristol's air traffic control manager, Julian Andrews, is called in.
Well, he's just saying he wants to, so he's got to take runway 27. What did you make crew hours?
You can take 27 if you can be able by 12:55.
Yeah. That's what I explained to him. I'm not very happy with that.
We talked service area situation, so hopefully they'll get them away.
If he says any more,
yeah.
I phoned Expo Ops this morning. No, we hadn't in Bristol. I phoned Expo Ops this morning at 9:30 and explained it to them.
He did get that phone call.
And I also spoke to Expo Ops in Warman last week.
Right.
So we've had plenty of notification.
Look at it.
You've got to be airborne by 12:55.
Right.
Off 27.
Well, I was just...
Okay. And there's no leeway on that.
Right, so he's got to be wheels up by 55.
He's got to be out. He's got to be airborne
by 50,
and away
then.
from that TRA by 12:55.
Okay.
Otherwise he doesn't go.
Shamrock 286 clear for land, surface wind 120 knots. Slow change on route level 260, 4360.
You can get your ground crew to get them away early. You'll get delayed.
They've all been told.
Yeah.
With the takeoff deadline now set, the XL flight finally starts boarding. Their only interest is getting to Cyprus on time, but if the Boeing jet doesn't get to use runway 27, they could be reaching the island a lot later than they thought.
Expo 6152 turn. The reference situation with the Red Arrows displayed to the west of the field. The ATSM here has informed your ops of the situation this morning, as you say, because they received a phone call. The latest airborne time I can really give you is 50 for runway 27.
Service air were advised.
Okay. Expo 6152. Apparently the service air weren't informed.
The XL flight is now facing a real fight against time. There are just moments remaining before runway 27 closes.
Radar tower. Expo 6152 is ready for start for 27 then. Well, he's got push, start and everything.
Keep our fingers crossed, he should, mate. He's going for it.
Yep, no problem.
He's going for 27.
What's the latest airborne? 53, okay. Expo 6152 tower. The latest airborne I can give you off runway 27 is time 53. That is in 6 minutes. However, if you're not ready by that time, I will not be able to give you takeoff clearance. 52 echoes currently. Right now, 507 clearance.
With just seconds to spare, X-ray 6152 lifts into the air off runway 27 and on its way to Cyprus. Much to the relief of everyone involved.
Expo 6152, climb flight level 100. KLM 1065, maintain flight level 110, reaching opposite direction traffic, your 12 o'clock range 8 miles, stopping the climb 1,000 feet beneath you.
Yeah, Wilton, Bristol, just to confirm, the Red Arrows temporary restricted area at Weston-super-Mare is now active up to 8,200 feet.
Alongside runway 27, there's a different problem. A population of hares have found conditions just to their liking.
The long grass policy we've got on the airfield to deter the birds is ideal. It's about 8 to 10 inches. They can get right down in it. They can see you, but you can't see them. Ideal conditions.
The hares are a real danger to aircraft and must be removed. Shooting is one answer, but Airside safety officer Jim Callaway has other ideas. He's planning to trap the hares.
So it's just the right sort of area for them. I've seen a few hares around here, and that's a nice depth of grass in which to play. In fact, something's been led there before. You can see there's an area there. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to go ahead and place a trap there. There's a great deal of thought gone into actually sorting out this system of removing the hares from the airfield. It's obviously very important for the welfare of the animal, and we've got to be quite careful how we go about it. Obviously, it's not a case of just plonking a trap anywhere that's likely to catch it. We've got to be aware of navigational aids and things like that that may interfere with the actual signals. So we've checked it out with all the various departments, and we're going to go straight ahead now and place the trap. Just going to settle it down in the grass. We don't want it protruding too much above the actual surface, because what we're trying to create is sort of like a safe haven so that the actual hare can make its way in like it normally would do in a few areas where one was here earlier on. These traps are going to be monitored literally on an hourly basis throughout the day and throughout the night shift. I'm going to be responsible for keeping an eye on them throughout the night. So during the daylight hours, the team will be out here, and at night, when I'm on night shift, I should be keeping an eye on that. As soon as a hare is actually in the trap, then it's going to be a case of making a phone call to one of my work colleagues during the daylight hours, and then removing the hare as quickly as possible and relocating it to a site on the Mendips. Obviously, the hare will enter the trap this way here, make its way back inside the actual cage, and once in the back of the trap, apply slight pressure to there, which will activate the trap door mechanism, and the door will be closed. There's very few options left open to us to actually get the hares off the airfield. The other one would be culling, which in our opinion is totally unacceptable here. If this system works, so much the better. Also, we'll be doing the local environment a bit of good as well. There's a number of areas with hares in where the numbers aren't so high at this moment, so we're going to hopefully contribute to upping the population in those areas. Okay, right, what we need to do now is to place some grass or some form of bedding. I haven't got any hay or straw with me at the moment, so this will do the job. And let's wait and see what happens. Only one thing left to do now is to actually bring the grass up around the edges of the trap to give it the appearance of a nice safe haven where the actual hare can go inside. Should be fine. Now I've got to go back and notify the various departments that are likely to be using this area, like the air traffic engineers, technicians, whatever, and the maintenance department, to make sure no one goes over the top of it with a tractor or a mower or one of the vehicles en route to one of these sites here. Right, I think that's about do the job.
With the first trap set, Jim resumes his patrol around the airfield perimeter. It's an important and not always easy task to carry out, but sometimes there are some unexpected rewards.
One of the perks we tend to get this time of year after we've had a long, damp spell of weather is we tend to find the odd mushroom around. Now, we don't purposely come out here looking for mushrooms. Obviously, we're out here doing our job, but if the occasion arises we happen to find a half-decent specimen of a mushroom, then we'll certainly take it and have it for our tea or whatever. In fact, right here we got a nice specimen of it. Looks like a horse mushroom. It's quite a large one. And, I'll just pop out and duly remove it. You know, we can't have things like this left lying around. Okay. Certainly a fine specimen, this. Just a quick look at it. Yes, it's definitely looks like a mushroom now. The big question is whether to pull it or cut it. There's various trains of thought on this. Some people say cut it and the spores will remain in the ground from the stalk or whatever, and it'll grow back. But the other thought is to actually pull it, because if you cut the stalk, there may be other funguses or whatever gets into the stalk, and then that goes into the ground, will actually kill the remainder of the spores in the ground. I'm not a mushroom expert. I'd rather stick to birds and aircraft, but I'm going to pull this fellow out. Quick look, yes, it's definitely a horse mushroom. It is edible. You have to be very careful what you're doing with this. One wrong move and it could actually prove fatal. You've got to be really careful about what sort of fungus you're dealing with. So I'm quite happy with that fellow, and you can imagine that on top of a piece of steak. Beautiful.
The display at Weston-super-Mare is about to begin.
The Red Arrows have just called now, running in fairly low level at this time. And as you can see on the video map here, they're about 7 miles to the northeast of Cardiff Airport, just coasting out at Cardiff Docks.
KLM 1065, report your radar heading to Cardiff, 125.85. Goodbye.
Red Arrows then running into the display now. They're mid-channel, approximately 5 miles northwest of Weston-super-Mare.
1034 Romeo, descent to altitude 3.
We've been talking to various airlines and aircraft operators about this particular event, probably for the last 3 or 4 months on and off. We gave them a specific brief on it earlier this morning to reinforce the information we sent out by official notification last week. So all the operators know what's happening. All the other ATC units around us, namely Yeovilton down here, the Naval Air Station, Cardiff Airport here, Filton and RAF Boscombe down on Salisbury Plain, who have aircraft operating in this area today. They're all fully conversant with the fact that the Red Arrows are operating. It makes a lot of work for us, as I say, to actually tie this up with everybody, particularly with the airline companies which want to operate according to their scheduled times. But we do our best to try and integrate our operations here with the requirements of a specific operator like the Red Arrows. What we've got here is an EasyJet flight from Berlin. We've got the flight that's come out from Plymouth and Jersey here, just passing Abeam Burnham-on-Sea, heading towards Cheddar, positioning both aircraft inbound for approaches from the east. Red Arrows, roger. Radar Lars.
Radar.
Display commencing.
Roger.
Tower radar. Display commencing at Weston-super-Mare.
1034 Romeo, roger. Clear visual approach runway 27.
Display commencing at Weston-super-Mare now. So I've just told every agency that needs to know that the Red Arrows are running in for the display now. They're just about a mile off the seafront running in. As you can see, a very faint radar trace here, a very tight yellow blip with a green tail behind it. And you can see what a tight formation is, bearing in mind this will be probably 9 aircraft altogether. Fairly fast.
Although the display is underway, commercial aircraft are still using the airports at both Bristol and Cardiff and must be guided around the restricted airspace.
This is a departure off Cardiff's runway 12 here that you can see. Here's an aircraft passing 2,500 feet. So they'll have made sure that as that aircraft took off from Cardiff, it'll be turning southbound to stay well clear of this airspace here that the Red Arrows are using. Looking across to see what my colleague Ian Beadle's got here. There's an Aer Lingus flight starting up to go to Dublin. Again, he's got to join the airway here at Brecon, and the aircraft will depart in an easterly direction today to stay clear of this temporary restricted airspace that the Red Arrows are using. And then they'll turn and go over the city and then join the airway to the northwest of Cardiff here. This is a specific procedure we put in place for today, again to keep the aircraft away from the Red Arrows operating area. So it's looking like the 2 singletons that have split off the formation, both coming back in together, I guess, here. Just coming up to the southern end of the seafront here, while the main formation is just north of Breandown, doing a left turn back over the channel to give them some room. Light aircraft again down here that we've just put over to Yeovilton, heading down towards Glastonbury, back out towards the Bath area. Red Arrows, roger. The Portland Regional QNH 1015. Confirm returning southbound shortly. Red Arrows, roger. OK, they finished the display now. It has called me. They're going to start turning southbound. That's them there. Their position is about 5 miles to the southeast of Cardiff Airport, middle of the channel, and heading southbound now.
It's early morning, and the first choice flight to Palma is about to get underway. It's just one of hundreds of flights the airline makes from Bristol every year. But for certain passengers, in the past 12 months, the trip has been a little different. There's been an added incentive, and one which, thanks to some of the first choice cabin crew, has meant a real bonus for a major charity.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on board this First Choice Airways flight departing from Bristol to Palma. On behalf of the captain, David Walthall, and all of the crew, it's our pleasure to welcome you on board this morning.
Boys and girls, the cabin crew need your help. I wonder if you can help us out this morning. Our friends at the Breast Cancer Campaign, our local charity that we support, are making a calendar for next year. They'd like our support and they want us to draw some pictures. Unfortunately, the cabin crew can't draw, so we need your help. Anything you like, maybe something to do with your holiday, or what you're hoping to do, your sandcastles, or a picture of my aeroplane. You're going to draw a picture for me, young man?
And that help has come in the form of in-flight drawings and colourings by some of the youngest passengers.
They love to do it, and also the parents love it because it gives the children something to do and it keeps them entertained for like 10-15 minutes, which helps the flight go a little bit quicker for them. You three little monkeys. Yeah. What are you going to draw a picture of then? You draw a picture of my aeroplane, or maybe some sandcastles? Dinosaurs, excellent. Right, you can draw me a dinosaur on the back on there. What about you? What are you going to draw, young man?
Sonic.
Oh, fantastic. And what about you? Dinosaurs as well. Excellent. Is Mum sat behind? Yeah. All right. It is a simple colouring competition. Unfortunately, the ones that we can't use, we've got to watch out for copyright. So some of the pictures that we're getting back with Shrek on and things like that, we can't actually use. And we've also got to make sure that all the names and addresses are legible. There's a couple that haven't put the full address on that we can't use, and also that the parents have signed it, so we've got copyright to use them.
But what about the work from older artists?
Some are good. We've had some very interesting ones from our 20s passengers. Some of the night Ibiza flights, we've handed them out to the young children, and we've got some very entertaining ones from the 18-year-olds that are for an alternative calendar, I think. We've got a lot of aircraft. A lot of people are drawing pictures of the aircraft, the sandcastles, a lot of rainbows. And then it's all your normal characters like Shrek. There's a lot of Shrek, Donkey, Sonic and other sort of animals. Some are doing pictures of their families and their houses, which are nice. We've had one or two that are very heartfelt, and people have drawn pictures of their mum and said, my hero, my mum's got breast cancer, and they're a bit poignant for the crew. But yeah, they've been brilliant. The response has been fantastic. Have you got yours already? Oh, wow. Is that your house? And what's this here?
A tree.
A tree? Wow. And we've got lots of clouds and birds as well. That's lovely. I like your house. Can I come and stay? I can. Excellent. When you come back from holiday then, you can tell me about your holiday. Is that okay? Oh, thank you.
There are prizes for the best drawings on each flight, with the winner being considered for the calendar. Today, Captain David Walthall is the judge.
All right there, David. Right, we had quite a few for the children's competition, so if you can pick a winner for me. Okay. I know which one I like, but I'll keep that one quiet.
These are brilliant. I think what we'll do, should we narrow them down to a short
Narrow
list?
down, yeah. Let's have a short list. I'll maybe have a couple today, because there's not too
very
many.
Difficult. Done very good. Should we put that one on the short list?
Yeah, that one definitely on the short list.
On the short list Robot, isn't it?
He's quite cute, isn't he? He's very colourful, so that'd be quite good in a calendar.
I can see him.
You can?
I can.
Right. I quite like that one. That's a real kid sort of one that you'd have that's quite cute and colourful.
It's very traditional. Should we put that one on the
and
short
that's
list?
a tree. But I wasn't sure what that was. I thought it was a person. I had to ask.
Should we put him on the short list?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Self-portrait. Either that or it could, of course, be me.
Well, he said it was the aeroplane, but I was like, that's
I think
the face.
that's me, actually.
Yeah, the robot.
Okay, we're down to 3. We need an order.
Go on. I think
And
first
I have to
place.
see this is very, very difficult. What do you think?
I like that one just because it's cute and it's very colourful, but I think those two are very good. That's because she's listened to the PA and it's breast cancer, and that's her understanding of it, which I think is brilliant. that because it's our plane. He's drawn the map, and the map's brilliant, isn't it?
Decide to admit there's equal first
And one
and
runner-up.
second. How's
Yeah,
that?
excellent.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Thank
Thank you very much. I'll do a PA and let them know. Thank you very much. I'll let you get back to work now.
It's a better, hasn't it?
Yeah, because I'd like to land soon.
Oh, yes. No time at all.
Excellent. Thank you. Gregory, that is fantastic. I love that, and I do want to come and stay at your house. Would you like orange and peach or apple and blackcurrant? Blackcurrant, darling. There we go, that's for you. And look, there's a little bag of Haribo sweets as well. Now, you did a picture as well. You were one of my winners, weren't you? We loved your picture, Lewis. We thought that was fab. What flavour fruit shoot would you like? Orange and peach or apple and blackcurrant? Apple and blackcurrant, there we go. And there's a little bag of Haribo sweets for you. Okay, thank you. Now, we've got a winner here, haven't we? Well done, I loved yours. What flavour fruit shoot would you like? Orange and peach or apple and blackcurrant? Apple and blackcurrant. There we go. And you did me a picture as well, young man, didn't you? What was your picture of? Can you remind me? The robot. Oh, it was close with your robot. The captain did like that. So there's a little bag of sweeties for you. All right, thank you.